Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Um, Today I'm surrounded by most, not all of, but most of my unread books. I say not all of because there's some that I couldn't feel bothered getting for this. So this is most of my, I don't know why I did that, most of. This is my most of physically owned TBR. Yeah. Sorry. I have books everywhere. They're all unread. So it's like, where do I start? But we're going to start with these stacks over here. Sorry. I'm reaching. Alright. So let's get started. I'm trying to figure out where to put everything when I'm done. Okay. The Moon and More by Sarah Dessen. Just sent haul to Sarah Dessen. And I own one. As you can see, I am not organized, but who cares? Ash and Huntress by Melinda Lowe. The Obituary Society by Jessica L. Randall. Rook by Sharon Cameron. A Nora Roberts trilogy by Nora Roberts. I just said that. The Morgan's Cross. I need to read it this summer and get it back to her next school year. The Secrets of Sir Richard Kenworthy by Julia Quinn. Another Julia Quinn. Mr. Cavendish, I presume. I really like historical romances. They're like all I read in high school. And even though I don't read them as much as I did in high school, I really enjoy them. Every once in a while, like, just because I can read one like in a day, because they're like pretty. Once you get going, you get going. Willa of the Wood by Robert Beatty. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Interestingly enough, about this, my coworker, before everything happened that's going on in the world right now, my coworker actually let me borrow this, which I just found really interesting. I really do need to read it. Hamilton's Battalion, a trio of romances by Rose Leonard, Courtney Milan, and Alyssa Colt. There's 3 stories. It's kind of like an anthology. There's 3 separate stories. One is an MM romance, one is a female romance, and one is a female romance. As Old as Time, A Twisted Tale by Liz Braswell. Sarah Craven, Tower of Shadows by Sarah Craven. Melissa McClone, Not So Perfect Princess. I do buy Harlequin romances every once in a while because, again, they're easy to read. Most of them are like 180 pages. And they're just nice to read every once in a while. Flunked by Jen Calonita. I have another Jen Calonita book here somewhere. Lilac Girls by Martha Hale Kelly. The Trader's Wife by Allison Padaki. I'm probably mispronouncing most of these. Me Before You by Jojo Weiss. I still haven't read this. I know it was popular like years ago. Still haven't read it. Supernatural, The Unholy Cause by Joel Schreiber. I'm horrible at last names if you haven't noticed. This is one that my friend. The Guernsey Literature and Potato Peel Pie Society by Mary Ann Schaefer and Annie Barrows. This is my friend's copy, and I still need to read it. Actually, I have started reading it. I need to finish it. I'm only on page 48. All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. Perennials by Julie Cantrell. That was a loud thump. Okay. A Dog's Purpose by W. Bruce Cameron. Rebels Rising, the third volume in the Rebels series by Shauna Swanson. I really like this series. It's one of my favorite series. My Sister Rosa by Justine Laura Ballister. I will learn how to pronounce names one day. Sorry, I'm moving more books this way. This is going to be a long video. Nora Roberts' Blissful Images. Another supernatural book, War of the Suns by Rebecca Dessertine and David Reed. I was like on a supernatural phase a long time ago. Supernatural Nevermore by Keith R.A. DiCrado. Sabrina, Season of the Witch. It's a prequel to the Sabrina series on Netflix, which is one of my favorite series. I really enjoy it. Her Baby Dreams by Deborah Clompton. It's an off-brand Harlequin romance. It's not an off-brand. It's one of their offshoots where I don't know if they still have them. Those ones are specifically like Christian-based novels. 15 Love by Nicole Leah Shepherd. This is one I got at the dollar store. There's like a series. I have a couple series that I'm trying to keep together. Sandra Martin, Roman Spring. Ooh, look at that. I'm sorry, I love old book covers. They're fun. The last two books in the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I still have not read them. The River Knows by Amanda Quick. I love Amanda Quick. She's the... I don't even have this. The Braddock Boys, Brand by Kimberly Ray. The Redemption of Rico D'Angelo by Michelle Douglas. And this is a large print edition. I don't know why I got a large print. I think I just picked it up not knowing it was a large print. Like, oh, it's a Harlequin romance novel. Jodi Picoult, Plain Truth. I don't know why this novel's so long. It's probably because it's the, whatever. The Boys on Cinnamon Street by Phoebe Stone. This is like a middle grade novel I got at one of the thrift stores around here. The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. I think I also got this at... No, I got it at the used bookstore. Fern Michaels, The Guest List. Okay. The Bliss trilogy, which is Bliss, A Dash of Magic, and Bite-Sized Magic by Catherine Littlewood. I forget which two come last. I started the first one, and then I was moving when I was reading it, and that was a couple years ago. I haven't picked it back up. House of Furies by Madeline Rowe. They Come Here to Die. How spooky. I really should read that, like, Halloween time. Saga Volume 1. I've owned this for almost a year now, and I still haven't read it. I really do need to read it, because it takes me like a day to read graphic novels and comics, because they're so quick. The images there, and I take in those really fast. Merlin's Heart by Anne Elliott Crompton. Paradox by A.J. Paquette. Ooh, Mary Blau. The Arrangement. Share this guy on the cover. Sunlight and Shadow, a retelling of The Magic Flute by Cameron Doki. I used to be really into those, like, Once Upon a Time retellings. I used to own like all of them, and then more and more kept coming out. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stop buying them. The Peach Keeper by Sarah Addison Allen. Another book I got from the dollar store. How Not to Find a Boyfriend by Allison Valentine. Another book I got from the dollar store. I should do like a dollar store where I read all the books I got from the dollar store. And just like talk about them and see if they're any good. Or like if they're underrated. Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. I still have not read that. We're not going to talk about that one. And that's going to go over there. Okay. What's known as the Janie series, which is The Face on the Milk Carton, Janie Face to Face. These are not in order. The Voice on the Radio, What Janie Found, and Whatever Happened to Janie. That whole series by Carolyn B. Cooney. Next Year in Havana by Chanel Clayton. This author has been on my radar for a while on Goodreads, and then I went to Walmart the other day and they had this one, and I'm like, oh yes, I know this one's on my TBR, and I'm planning to read this one very soon and talk about it. Doctor Who, Dark Horizons, Jenny T. Colgan. Mismatch by Lauren McGee. Laurelan McGee. Sure. Supernatural, which is Canny by Jeff Marionette. The Golden Mask, Robin Donald. Tempted by Trouble by Liz Fielding. Yes, I own a lot of these. I bought some of them when I bought most of them when I was in high school. Baby by Contract by Deborah Salonen. I think this one takes place in I started this one. This one takes place in South Dakota. Then my brother was living in South Dakota, and I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm gonna stop. Oh yes, You Will Be Mine by Natasha Preston, because I want to read a Wattpad fanfic or Wattpad work turned into a novel and read it. Mistress of Rome by Katie Quinn. I'm actually really excited for this. I found it. I really enjoy historical romance, and there's not a lot like set in like ancient times like ancient Rome or ancient Greece, like, and those time periods are like really fascinating to me. Picture Us in the Light by Kelly Loy Gilbert. Yes, I'm just tossing them onto a pile that I then have to clean up later. Travel Team by Mike Lupica. I was in a sports mood when I bought it. A Wedding to Remember by Emma Darcy. I like that. Look, it's drawn. It's not a photo. It's drawn. Let's see when this book was published. 1993. Every Day by David Levithan. The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. Borrowed Children by George Ella Lyon. Whoops. The French Gardener by Santa Montefiore. Actually, interesting story. I bought this at the used bookstore, and I was just thumbing through it one day, and I found a plane ticket in here. I was like, that's interesting. American Panda by Gloria Chow. If anyone's still watching, which I don't think anyone is. Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. Yeah, I think next time I do an unhaul, if I have not read that, I'm probably going to unhaul that, because I've had that for years. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Bought this last summer because I was going to read it. Never did, because I wanted to see what the hype is about. 1984 by George Orwell. I never read classics, yet I was going to read that because, I mean, we should. One Calls the Heart by Jeanette Oak. I think this is set in Canada. I think it is. Total War Rome, Destroy Carthage by David Gibbons. I think it's about the salting and burning of Carthage. Becoming Jin by Laurie Goldstein. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I said I never read classics, but I read children's classics a lot because they're so easy to get through. When reading a classic, I get bored, which is why I don't read classics. And so, I'm going to read Little Women. Princess of the Silver Woods by Jessica Day George. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. The Third Circle by Amanda Quick. Let's start putting books over here. Yes, I'm tossing books, but they're fine. Trust me. Ripper by Stefan Petrusha. I think like. It's about Jack the Ripper, but it's also not about Jack the Ripper. Guns and Glory, The American Civil War by Ben Thompson. It was, again, I got this at the dollar store when I was looking for books. I mean, it seems interesting, like, and I like learning about history, and so, like, it also says somewhere on here. Yeah, let's read the back. Did you know 2 federal agents train-jacked a railroad car, leading Confederates on what would be called the Great Locomotive Chase of 1862? No, I did not know that. That's like, the back is why I bought it. Did you know a Southern teenager named Belle Boyd, who worked with the rebel spymaster Transit, encrypted messages to Confederate General Stonewall Jackson, even smuggling supplies under her hoop skirt? No, I did not know that. Like, I don't know. It seemed interesting, but, like, I don't know. I still haven't read it. Labyrinth Lost by Zordea Cordova. Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. My feet are falling asleep because I've almost been here for 20 minutes. Wonder Woman by Leigh Bardugo. Daisy Goodwin, The Fortune Hunter. Mercedes Lackey, The Snow Queen. Last Star Burning by Caitlin Sanger. Whoops. Ribbons of Scarlet, a novel of the French Revolution's women by Kate Quinn, Stephanie Dre, Laura Camoe, Sophie Pernot, Heather Wedd, E. Knight. I've mainly bought it because Stephanie Dre and Laura Camoe. Incendiary by Zordadia Cordova. I'm really bad at saying names. I'm sorry. The Ballad of Songbird. I keep saying The Songbird. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, though we all know who that's by. Spare and Found Parts by Sarah Maria Griffin. Now We Rise by Kirsten White. The Lost Coast by Amy Capoletta. I believe that's who it's by. The Amy Rose Capoletta. The Dust Jackets somewhere else. I was going to read it. Oh, Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow. I will make my way through this one day. I don't want to, but I will. It's a giant. It's a beast. And there's other reasons why I don't really want to read it. Letters from Home by Christina McMorris. The Glass House by Louise Penny. Full Cicada Moon by Marilyn Hilton. Black Dove, White Raven by Elizabeth Wen. I'm really trying to go fast, guys. Even though I don't think anyone's reading it. Radiance of Tomorrow by Ishmael Bay. Leslie Livingston, The Defiant. I think that's the second one. Yeah, no, I don't have the third one. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. So I'll have to make my way through. One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus. Piper Parish by Kayla Coggin, I think. Tosh Hart's Tolstoy by Catherine Ormsby. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. The Cresswell Plot by Eliza Wass. The Land of 10,000 Madonnas by Kate Hadamer. Hamilton Founding Father by Maria and Ray Raphael. Sorry. I don't know why I said Ralph. Okay. Hold on. I have to shift. Oh. The Heart's Invisible Furies by John Boyne. My Lady Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. The Bone Crier's Moon by Catherine Purdy. What We Saw by Aaron Hertzler. The Siren by Kiera Cass. Ugh. Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw. Crier's War by Nina Valera. These are like all my Alcrate books. The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I'm waiting until like Halloween to actually read this. Even though I get freaked out. The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chotsky. Ooh. Sorry, I'm reaching. Hamburton Desk by Lyra Celine. Shadow of Fox by Julie Kagawa. The sequel to The Bells, which I read a couple years ago. The Everlasting Rose by Danielle Clayton. Can't wait to read it. The Guinevere Deception by Kirsten White. Okay, perfect. Crown of Feathers and Heart of Flames by Nikki Paul Prito, which are both the Alcrate editions. Mirage by Somia Dayoud. My Plain Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. The Glass Spare by Lauren De Stefano. Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. Ace of Shades by Amanda Foodie. Like, why do you give me Alcrate if you never read them? Because I do read some of them. And I need to, and I'm a couple of my books over here, which are the books that I'm reading, which is the last one. Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. We Hunt the Flame by Hasfa Fazal. And I'm probably saying them wrong. Before She Ignites by Jody Meadows. Sleepy Hollow and Other Short Stories by Washington Irving. The Sandcastle Empire. I started this and then I can't find the dust jacket. I don't know what happened to it and I'm sad about it. Catching Stars by Kayla Keenan. Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim. The Ladies' Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. Okay. These are the last ones on this side. And then I don't have to reach anymore. Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly. The Federalist Papers by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay. Yes, I'm going to read that, even though I said I don't like reading older works because I can't focus. Dear America, The Diary of Piper Davis. The Fences Between Us, Seattle, Washington, 1941. Okay, now I don't have to reach anymore. Your House or Mine by Cynthia Thompson. I know those books like half. This is like half an hour. No one's interested. Shiny Broken Pieces by Sonia Charapatra and Danielle Clayton. The Whole Brain Child. This is a book my boss recommended to me and let me borrow, and I still need to read it. I'm not even saying who it's by because I know no one cares. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Nicholas Sparks, 2x2. Oh, I left like a hole. Okay, well, I'm going to hold up the first book in the series. The whole Wrinkle in Time series. That's on there. The Couple Next Door by Sherry Lapina. Amanda Quick, Tightrope. Mirror Mirror by A Twisted Tale by Jen Calonetta. The Proposal by Jasmine Guillory. I started this. I'm actually really enjoying it. The Art of Arranging Flowers by Lynn Bernard. The Secret Wife of Aaron Burr by Susan Holloway Scott. Susan Holloway Scott's actually a really wonderful author when it comes to historical fiction. I actually follow her on Facebook, and she's like really dedicated to what she writes. She's really into what she writes. She does her research really well. Like, if you're looking for historical fiction and an author to read, I really do recommend Susan Holloway Scott. And maybe I'll talk about like historical authors. Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. Like, these are the books that I'm currently reading and actually need to finish, and I do plan on finishing in the upcoming weeks. I Hope You Get This Message by Farah Nazrishi. Internment by Samara Ahmed. All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. Okay. Now, another book my coworker with her sticky note that says, just finished, passed on. Debbie McConer, A Man's Heart. This book is 2 books in one. She's like, you probably think it's boring. I'm like, it's fine. Forgiveness by Jean Brasher. Oh, and the last one. It says All for One, which is the last book in Melissa De La Cruz's Alex and Eliza series. And we're getting a video when I'm done on the entire series. Like, I have notes and we're doing a video. Anyways, if you watched all 30 minutes, which I don't think anyone did, but if you did, thank you. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!